Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. It may feel like spring today, but some parts of KELOLAND are bracing for another foot of snow. Let's head over to the KELOLAND Live Doppler Storm Center, where meteorologist Adam Rutt is tracking another powerful system that's headed our way. Adam, the one bright spot at the end of the tunnel, that 10-day forecast has some pretty warm temps in it.
Yeah, exactly. It comes around just in time for Easter weekend and even beyond that. So there is something to look forward to. Like you said, Travis, a light at the end of the tunnel. But my gosh, is that tunnel going to be rather long and snowy at times. Windy, too. Let's get right to the headlines. We'll start with what we have right now. That's a winter storm watch in yellow from Roberts County, extending south and west through Millbank, Watertown, Huron, a little bit west of Madison. This includes Mitchell and then goes down into Gregory and Charles Mix counties as far south and west. All the counties shaded in white from Aberdeen, west and then south, including Cherry County, Nebraska. That is a blizzard warning. Both headlines go into effect beginning tonight and then go through Wednesday night as well, as we watch a multifaceted storm in terms of a lot of moisture for heavy snow, not to mention a lot of wind as well. That's going to be one thing we really need to keep an eye on with this. There's a lot to unpack as we go through. For now, though, this is what we're seeing. Just a bit of snow moving into portions of southwestern South Dakota and rain showers right now for Tripp and Todd counties, northeastern Bennett County as well, also seeing that. But everybody else, pretty quiet. Cloudy, but quiet all the same. So the actual parent low that we're going to be watching is barely even on the map right now, as that continues to get its act together and then gradually develop and move east from the Rockies. That's going to be what we watch in the short term as that moves on through. And we can also see mixing, if not outright rain, for southeastern KELOLAND, where a bit of warm air is going to try and shoehorn its way up to the north. But either way, a lot of impacts with this is going to really make travel hazardous. And that's putting it mildly with all the things we're going to be watching. We'll go into details on timing and who could get what coming up in my full forecast in a little bit.
Thank you, Adam. Sioux Falls police arrested a 21-year-old man after he reportedly shot a dog. Police say several other people were drinking and messing around with guns last night at a home on the southwest side of the town. Police say Luke Alouette loaded one of the guns and accidentally shot and killed a dog. He's accused of cruelty to animals, possession of a loaded firearm while intoxicated, and reckless discharge of a firearm. A Rapid City hazmat unit was called out 10 miles south of Kadoka to assist the Oglala Sioux tribe and the Jackson County Sheriff's Office on a hazardous materials call on Saturday. A truck and trailer hauling materials used in the spray foam process crashed during the snow and ice storm Friday night. The truck and 8 barrels of the hazardous material landed in a waterway. All crews worked to stop any additional leaks, then proceeded to pump out all the contaminated water for proper disposal. An assembly at a local high school is warning students about the dangers of vaping. Steered Straight is a nonprofit organization working with schools across the country in the fight against addiction and is spending the day at Brandon Valley. Michael DeLeon is the founder and CEO of Steered Straight and a former addict.
Kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when you qualify yourself and you tell this horrendous story, they identify and they engage and they understand, because many of them are going through the same thing.
De Leon started with cigarettes but quickly graduated to cocaine, heroin, and meth, and a life of crime. He eventually spent 12 years in prison. We'll hear from students and staff about the impact of his message tonight on KELOLAND News. President Joe Biden left his home in Wilmington to travel to Minneapolis today. Biden will visit the city as part of his Investing in America tour. While there, he'll tour a power generation facility and make remarks on his administration's work to encourage private sector investments. The Investing in America tour is part of a Biden administration initiative to tout job growth and the impact of the president's economic agenda on communities across the country. Former President Donald Trump departed his Mar-a-Lago property in South Florida at 11:20 this morning and is on his way to New York to face criminal charges. Naomi Ruckham is outside the courthouse in Manhattan.
Former President Donald Trump is expected to arrive in New York this afternoon ahead of his arraignment Tuesday. A Manhattan grand jury voted last week to indict him, making him the first former president in history to face criminal charges.
He will be brought into the courtroom. The indictment will be unsealed, and for the first time, the defendant, Donald J. Trump, and his attorneys and the rest of us will learn what the charges are.
The indictment is still under seal, but a source familiar with the case tells CBS News that Trump will likely be charged with falsifying business records in the first degree, a felony stemming from his alleged role in hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels back in 2016. The former president maintains he did nothing wrong.
We will very loudly and proudly say not guilty.
For weeks, Trump has criticized Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, and on Friday, he went after the judge assigned to the case, writing on social media, "Judge Juan Merchan hates me." With the former president calling for protests, security is extra tight here at the courthouse to prevent anything close to the January 6th Capitol riot from happening again.
You're not storming the courthouses. That's not going to happen. I'm sure our executives have reviewed January 6th and what went wrong. So they're anticipating any kind of issues like that.
Sources tell CBS New York that 35,000 NYPD officers are on standby for the arraignment. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
In a statement, an NYPD spokesperson said there are no current credible threats to New York City.